Hey, what's going on, guys? Kel Mike with easiestbusiness.com. Go check out my course. Purchase that if you haven't already. Let's get right into it. Today I want to talk about daily rates. As you can see right here on the board, I don't care if you're doing 10 million a year, don't care if you're doing $100 a year. You need to have a daily rate for your business, and let me tell you why. When I was in commercial, people asked me for our daily rate. Some people are going to want to do things like time and material jobs, not exactly the same as a daily rate, but some GCs will ask you a daily rate in the event there is some excess work for touch-ups or things like that. Some jobs will have that kind of stuff. So you got to be careful. If you don't have a daily rate, you're going to look unprofessional and things like that. Sometimes you will have a guy you do work for in the residential side of things, and he'll ask you your daily rate. He's going to want to know what your daily rate is because he's going to be in construction. He may do concrete. He may be hanging around painters. He may not have anybody that can get to the job right away. He may be a builder in another county. For example, I worked for a guy who is a builder, but he worked in North Alabama building. He didn't know labor rates for where we live in South Alabama. He has his permanent residence down here because it's nicer depending on where you want to live. He lived right on the beach. He asked me to paint some columns and some exterior siding on his house, and he was like, "What's your daily rate?" Because he was a builder, that's how he processed things. So regardless of how you normally price work, you need to have a daily rate. So let's go right into it. So let's say you're a solo guy. I'm gonna go up to 3 employees. It's just easy. A lot of people have 3-man crews for paint jobs. So let's talk about your daily rate. Like me, I work by myself. Well, the first question is, how much do you want to pay yourself? Okay, I want to pay myself $25 an hour. That's $50,000 a year. 25 bucks an hour. That's my solo rate. Well, I believe in 50% profit margins, so you need to pay the company $25 an hour. $25 an hour. Okay, and then material. I don't like to upcharge material on my daily rates. I like to basically just be my daily rate to be labor. That's a conversation within itself. You may agree or disagree. This is just how I do it. So this is how I do it. I'm going to show you how I do it. If you want to do it differently, please feel free to do so. Let's say you need to paint 2 rooms. Average size room takes about 2 gallons for 2 coats. That's 4 gallons for 2 rooms. You might as well charge for 5 gallons. Let's say you're getting your 5 gallons of paint because sometimes you want to leave a gallon with the customer in case they want to do some touch-ups. Let's say you're getting it at 30 bucks a gallon since the Sherwin-Williams prices increases. 5 times 30 is what? 180 bucks. Okay, let's just say 180 bucks is your total for material. These are your 2 numbers for your hourly rate. Well, let's say this job's only going to take you 4 hours. You still need to charge your full daily rate because if I spend 4 hours at a job, painting a room, painting 2 rooms, painting some railings, staining a door, anything like that, you need to charge your full daily rate. And I say that because typically 9 out of 10 times, you cannot go stain a door for 3 or 4 hours and then go to another job. Usually you got to clean up, go home. So that's going to cost you your whole day, even though you only worked a small window of it. So that's what you need to do. $25 an hour times 2 is $50 an hour. That's for you and the company. So $50 an hour times 8 hours a day, $400. $400 should be your daily rate minimum on as a solo painter. You should be charging $400 a day and then plus material. So in this case, if somebody said, "Hey, I need you to paint these 2 rooms, you can get it done in a day," this would be your total price here, which would be 580 bucks. Sorry, that's kind of sloppy. I don't really even need to go into this 3 employees thing because all you got to do is take these numbers and put them into whatever makes sense for you for 3 employees. So if you have 3 employees, you need to be charging 50 bucks an hour if they make $25 per employee. So 50 bucks an hour times 3 is what? 150 bucks an hour per hour at 8 hours equals 8 times 150. 8 times 150. $1,200 a day for 3 employees is what makes sense for your company. If you're going to put 50% profit margins in the company's pocket, and then you're going to pay your employees what they deserve. $1,200 a day labor plus material, whatever it costs, plus material. And there you go. That's how you determine a daily rate for your people. You can obviously tweak this if you want to. $1,200 is a lot for a daily rate for some people. Maybe not on the commercial side, but on the residential side, if you come up and say, hey, you know, $1,200, nobody's really going to want to hire you, depending on where you live. You live in New York, California, something like that. South Alabama, people will balk at this number, probably won't give you the work. But what you can do is you can come in here and you'll know that your actual expenses, if you're charging 25 bucks an hour, if you're paying 25 bucks an hour, rather, you're paying what, 25, 50, 75 bucks an hour. You're only working them, let's say the job only takes you 6 hours, 75 bucks times 6 hours. Your cost is actually $450 in labor cost. You can actually double that if you want to. Whoops. Equals 900 in charge. So 900 would be your daily rate for that specific job. That's how you would do it if you want to charge a different daily rate based on a specific job, right? Like, knowing it's only going to take 4 hours, you would recalculate these numbers and say, okay, for this job, my daily rate would be $700. For this job, my daily rate will be $900, and it would change based on how many hours you're actually working, because you're not charging for the full day. Now, a lot of paint bosses like to elect to pay their guys 8 hours even if they only work 6, because you guaranteed when they hired on with you that you would keep them busy 40 hours a week. Well, then you would need to adhere to that regular $1,200 a day, which would make sense to you. So after 5 days, what, $6,000 is what you would charge. $6,000 a week. Half of that would go to labor, half of that would go into the company's pocket, and then material would obviously be added onto that. So you can take these numbers, do with them what you will, use them for your specific company, for your specific purpose. Tweak them, because my numbers don't always work for everybody else. Tweak them according to what works for you. Figure out what happens, what's best for you, and go make the money for you and your company and take care of your family. Visit theeasiestbusiness.com, and I appreciate you guys watching.